Hey everybody, my name is Lycan. This is now my second long form video attempt for my new YouTube channel where I'm mostly talking about books. Lots of books. I love reading. I love watching other booktubers talking about books. So yeah, I am here hanging out, trying to stay cozy, and I don't really have a set plan for how I want this long form video to go, but my focus is to kind of talk about my love of libraries and why in the year 2023, which is almost over, why in 2023 I've really backed off of book buying a lot more than I have in past years, and more of my focus has been towards accessing books from libraries and the Libby app, which uses your library card to get access to a bunch of audiobooks and ebooks. Love that app. So that's my focus for today's video. But first, I wanted to start off with this video by saying free Palestine, freedom to all of those experiencing genocide right now, and freedom to everyone under colonialism and capitalism and supremacy, and freedom from the prison industrial complex. If what I have said doesn't sit right with you, then I would say that this channel is probably not the best spot for you. Just wanted to start off and say that. So moving forward, I love libraries. I have pretty much always loved libraries. I remember getting my first library card with my father up in upstate New York, which is where I was born and raised. And I remember feeling in awe that you could go somewhere and not have any money, because I grew up very, very poor. I am still very poor, but I grew up very poor, and found out that you could go somewhere and get access to all of these resources, books, computers. It blew my mind, and I love libraries. So kind of the title of this video, why libraries? Not really book buying in 2023, which is not to say that I haven't bought any books in 2023. As you've seen, maybe in my shorts, I had a little birthday book haul. I have sometimes over the course of this year gotten some book of the month books. I have for the most part not gotten every month book of the month books. In fact, maybe only a couple times this year. And have really honed in on what is available to me through the library or through the library adjacent Libby app. I use what was Scribd is now Everand, so I do use Scribd consistently, Everand consistently, and then the bulk of physical books that I've been reading this year, and ebooks has been mostly through libraries and the Libby app. This is probably, I would say, the least amount of books that I have purchased in a year. Like I said, I got a few months worth of book of the month books. For my birthday book haul, mostly those were gifts. I got a gift card to one of my favorite queer bookstores, so I got some books from that. And my friend also got me a book that I'm really, really excited about. It has been on my TBR for a while, which is Mrs. Death by Selena Godin. And yeah, I'm really grateful that my friend got that for me. Yeah, for the most part this year, it's been really using the library in every way that I can to get my like book cravings. I put a lot on hold, and then I also borrow a lot. I think right now I have 38 library books on my shelf, like the physical, and then I also have like a few holds, like I think 8 physical copy holds, and then a few like 5 or 6 holds for some audiobooks and ebooks on the Libby app. And like right now I like just finished up Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Davis. Side note, I'm going to talk more about this book in like a reading wrap up, but so good. If you are looking for something informative and hopeful and really getting into kind of like the intersectionality of activism and like how so many things, including racism and sexism and transphobia, like all connected, this book, I will talk about it more in another video. Yeah, so I just finished that up. I, yeah, so maintaining focus, libraries, I think are just so badass and so radical. And I am so grateful that I live in a world with libraries. I, yeah, I feel like especially now, a lot of like booktubers have been talking about kind of like publishing turning into fast fashion, and in some of the ways that really resonates with me. I think oftentimes what I have seen is like books getting a lot of hype, and then they're coming out with all of these editions like really, really quickly, you know, with the like spray finished spines and like beautiful covers, and people keep buying those even if they already have a physical copy. So in some ways that does feel like fast fashion to me. And I feel like with libraries, you can gain a lot of access to newer releases and like really hyped books and popular books. And that is supporting the library. That is also supporting like the purchasing of these books, and like the like supporting the hype of these books and the popularity of these books, while also like not totally being caught in the trap of like constant consumerism. Which is not to say I condemn anyone for buying books. I definitely enjoy me some like book haul videos, and I definitely enjoy like when I go to some of my favorite bookstores and get some books. I feel good about it. I feel excited about it. And I think supporting your local bookstores is awesome. Yeah, so I want to make that very clear. This is not me bashing book buying. This is more so about what I have chosen to do based on my like financial circumstances and just a desire to like connect more with local libraries. Now my like the librarians at the library that I tend to go to know me and will usually talk to me and recommend books to me, and I love that. That brings me so much joy. It makes me feel a lot closer and connected to my like local community. And like I said, libraries are just so badass. And as someone that also works with unhoused folks, I find libraries to be really supportive in a lot of ways. You know, there are some like negatives of that as well. But I do feel like there are a lot of like resources available to folks, especially unhoused folks, to gain access to like using a computer and being connected to community, having access to books. And yeah, I am thinking that going into 2024, this is talking a little bit of like reading plans, but which I'll do in another video. But yeah, I think just reflecting on this past year and how much my libraries have like resourced me in having access to books that I really want to read. And it also like allows me to kind of be my mood reader self, because like I can't make up my mind. So I will just like get as many books as I can from the library, and then, you know, some I bring back and haven't read yet, but like we'll get to eventually, I hope. Um, but yeah, just oh, and here I went off on a tangent. Mayhem, mayhem, mayhem. But yeah, so reflecting on this past year, and really feeling good about like kind of taking that into 2024. And I'm hoping to get to more of my like owned books. Um, there are quite a few on my shelves that I have not read yet that I planned on reading. But yeah, I think I will still be intending to use the libraries to the fullest extent. And yeah, I think they're really supportive for mood readers. So if you're someone like me who really struggles with making up their mind about what to read, or like the moods change and you're like, okay, I thought I was going to be into this book, but now I'm feeling this book, libraries are great for that, because you can just borrow so many and then you can bring them back. Yeah. Also, why libraries? Like I said, I am pretty poor. I grew up very poor. Um, Having access to knowledge, having access to writers and artists, and different voices from yourself is so, so valuable. And I feel like libraries can really create a culture of like some hyped books and also some like underhyped books. And you know, you can like recommend books to your librarians. You can request books, you can donate books. Yeah, I feel like there was something else that I wanted to talk about regarding this. Yeah, I think I've kind of made my point rather quickly. If you don't have a library card, but you have like a permanent address, or you have an address that you can use, and you really like reading, I recommend it. The Libby app, if you're someone who doesn't really want to go to a library due to like COVID or illness concerns, the Libby app is a great option for ebooks and audiobooks. Yeah, I this is my PSA. If you're into books and you don't have a lot of money, and you have the access to a library, um, yeah, I encourage you to get yourself a library card and connect with your local libraries. Okay, I think I basically covered what I wanted to say. I guess until next time. Bye.